Hi, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by. My name is Kewa Elisa. My channel is all about pregnancy, motherhood, life of a mom, beauty, and I also vlog about my lifestyle. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. I really do appreciate it. So today, I'll be talking about uneven breast size while breastfeeding or after pregnancy. Yeah, so stay tuned, don't go anywhere. So guys, most women have suffered or are still suffering from uneven breast size. So basically, yeah, 90% of women have uneven breast size even before becoming pregnant. And these women don't have the knowledge of breastfeeding. They just have a baby and they start breastfeeding. I mean, who would want to be bothered about, oh, how am I supposed to breastfeed? Or, as long as your baby is ready to suck and you're ready to nurse, I mean, you're good to go. But I, would I really say rules? Yeah, there are rules to breastfeeding for you not to have an even breast size. So it is always advisable for you to nurse twice as often on the smaller side so that you can match up or meet up with the bigger breast. But for some mothers, their babies like or would love to suck on one breast rather than the other. So if your baby gets used to a particular nipple, because I just feel that it's the nipple that makes the baby love one particular breast than the other. Probably the nipple is big and they like it full in their mouth, or probably the nipple is small and they like it just that size. So whenever you switch to the other side, the nipple is not the same way, so they are crying and then you have to switch back. So most babies prefer or they love one particular breast more than the other. So if you're that kind of mom that will always feel sorry for him, oh, he's crying, let me just breastfeed him, oh, I think it's his breast, you're going to suffer from uneven breast size. So there are some moms that would say, oh, I would rather just stay at home, or I'd rather just build my baby 247 and breastfeed than give my baby a bottle. Yeah, there's some people like that. While there are some others that would say, oh, I mean, I have my life to live. Obviously, guy, you need to do some things for yourself. You can't be with the baby 247. Hello. And they would just say, okay, let me just extract, let me pump. And then they pump, and then people around them, maybe their spouse or help or mom or mother-in-law, whatever, can help with feeding the baby. So if you are that kind of mom that would prefer your baby sucking your breast, then you have to be aware of this so that you don't suffer from uneven breast size. Always nurse your baby twice as often on the smaller breast and then switch over to the bigger breast and nurse once. I hope that comes out right. So for instance, if you nurse on one side per feeding, you might nurse on the smaller side for 2 feedings. So the larger side for one and then back to the smaller side for the next 2 feedings, so that they can, it's not like they'll become even, but it will not be so obvious. Like you see some women walking on the road and you just see one breast will be long, be shooting out like gun, pointing at you, and then this other one will be like smaller. And then you can always pump. So I would advise mothers to pump. I mean, guy, my lady, you have to pump. You just have to pump. So you have to pump the smaller side for like 5 to 10 minutes after feeding. If you notice that you are that kind of person that have uneven breast even before you getting pregnant, this is what you have to be aware of, so that when you get pregnant and have your baby while you're breastfeeding, you will not be a victim of obvious uneven breast size. Because I mean, there are some ladies and you'll be like, oh my god, this is not nice. Some women even pad up. So what they do is, because the uneven breast size is so obvious, they then pad up the smaller side rather, so that it can be even and all that. For my first baby, I didn't have that problem. I was just doing great. In fact, everything was just so perfect. But for this second baby, I'm suffering from it. I would say one side of my breast is bigger than the other side. I was not aware. So because I had it smooth, or I had it all juicy during the first baby during the first pregnancy and after the first pregnancy. I just thought, oh, let me follow suit, but it didn't work like that. So right now I'm trying to correct it. I'm trying to feed twice as often on the smaller side and then one on the bigger side. It is always advisable to pump. If you cannot get the electric pump, you can always make do with the manual. I know that it can be very stressful. I have both the manual and the electric, and trust me guys, I prefer the manual to the electric because the electric might be, I just feel it's, oh my god, it's not coming out the way it's supposed to come out. But when I use the manual, like when I use the manual to extract the milk, it just comes out like in the next 10 minutes or 15 minutes. I'm done with one bottle. What's 10 to 15 minutes? That's even so long. I mean, I'm done with one bottle and then I can switch to the other. So it's always advisable for you to pump. I don't think it's that expensive. It's very affordable. Whichever one that suits your budget, just go for it, because I mean, body not be firewood. You're not a superwoman, so you have to extract so that you can leave the bottle for whoever is in the house with you and you can rest, because all mothers need rest. Some baby refuse or force at the breast when the breast supply is slow or it's too forceful, while other baby prefers when the breast is even slow. But everything last is on the mother. So I mean, like, it's not so much of an issue at the beginning because uh, everybody's just focused on the baby. So the mom will have to be intentional about switching sides to breastfeed, because when you have a baby, you just want to breastfeed. It's just normal. You subconsciously do it, like you just carry the baby and they just put, and then you feel comfortable breastfeeding with one side of the breast and you get used to it, and then the baby gets used to that areola, that nipple, gets used to that breast. So when you want to switch, when the baby is now growing and you want to now be switching, it's now difficult. So it's either that or the side which the baby is always facing or disagreeing to breastfeed from is supplying slower. It might be too fast. It might be the milk supply might be too fast. So the baby is running away, like it's coming out, is spraying the the milk is spraying, is shooting gun, and the baby is, which kind, what's going on? Why is the milk coming out so fast? So whichever way, if that's the problem, I'm still going back to pump pump and have a bottle. Pump the milk out, extract the milk and have a bottle. Keep the bottle in the fridge. And that, so what can also help is that, I think that's it. So for some persons, they might not see an issue with it, or having an uneven breast size. They might not see an issue with it. They might just feel, oh, I mean, I'm comfortable with it. Plus the fact that there are several bras now that um, are padded, so it makes it look as if it's even, it's equal. Just try. There's no harm in trying to even it out. But if it cannot be possible, sometimes it's hard, but I mean, trying your best and seeing the difference or seeing improvement will make you feel better than just leaving it like that, because it will even become worse when you stop breastfeeding. It will be so obvious. I mean, I mean, it will be so obvious. So yes, if you notice that you are giving the smaller side too often, and then the bigger side is now, the engorgement is so much, like it's now heavy, it's getting painful, all you need to do is to just extract the excess, with your pump. Extract it and then breastfeed with the smaller side. That does not mean you will not breastfeed with the bigger side. You have to breastfeed with the bigger side as well. So yeah, you can try to read more and do your research about it, but yeah, that's it. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have questions, please leave it in the comment section and I will definitely reply. So thank you so much for watching. Do not forget to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, for my new viewers. Also share this video. Until next week, it's bye. Ciao guys. Mwah. Have a lovely Friday and go and do this life. We need to groove it. Bye guys.